money goes straight to taxes, but I don't trip about it. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match, and plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. No, they ain't thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight, a November snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, watch it. Hatchet.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down now, it's Cook. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Five down. Stand up in. Kill. Hey, turn.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready to go. Rush in. 6-6, pull it high. Let's go.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there. Yeah,
I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Block now to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Check, 59.
Hey, exit.
A second down throw for Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Check safety. Kill.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Watch QB drop. Check 3.
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And this is going to be another first down as they make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Check 53. Hey, watch the ball.
36.
50.
Slant. He's checking. Crash. Mike.
A first down throw for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's 33-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions, but Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career.
Okay, ready?
Rip left, rip left.
Five.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete.
Let's go.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll field this at the 5. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stop your whining.
Hey, no, easy.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Good route here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start the drive with Cook. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Returnable here for Davis. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over first and 10.
Ready, ready. 10-2 stop. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Ready, ready.
Here's a carry for the fullback. This is Andy Janovich. The tackle there by Stephen Weatherly.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here we go. 10 logo. Let go. Snap.
On second down, Freeman. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Booker on the counter. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Joker, 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 Joker. Save. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Deuce.
Cousins to throw it. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now.
On the set.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Silver.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And a catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Yo.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ben Gideon in on the stop.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Great.
Let's get this.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And McManus able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
First down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Cousins. Steps away to his left. Airing it out deep for... And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
To throw, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Cousins again. And Cook has it left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
You got nothing. Hey, receiver. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 58. Echo. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Listen to me. Give me that ball, defense.
Again, it's Cousins. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Offside caught by Diggs. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time. They'll throw again. Cousins. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Check, 59. Who there? Showing that.
Throwing, Cousins. Stepping up, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before half for Locke. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On third down, Locke. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Zebra. Let's go.
To throw is Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Cousins now 9 of 17 through the air. Cousins gives way to Cook, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Right there, 56. Coming to you. Check, crunch.
Play fake. Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
53, Mike. Hey.
Throwing is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. Here we go.
Check 50. Check 50.
Tight yard. Tight yard. Tight yard.
Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skills. Receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
From the red zone now, Cousins dancing to his left. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This one should have gone in favor of the defense, don't you think? They flush the quarterback to the left side. He's a right-handed thrower, so you know how difficult it is to get your body back around and make a good throw, let alone to the middle of the field, and end up getting a completion to his big tight end.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch twist.
And the blitz does come. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
14. Broncos 13.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close.
That's caught at the 25. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30.
A 49-yard
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Mike.
Hey, D-Line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Flacco. They set up the screen to Booker. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Passing play. Flacco. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. They run it with Janovich, the fullback. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Mike.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That's what I'm talking about. Not good, boy.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Freeman again. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run the option right. They'll try and run with Freeman. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. To try again after the sack. Cousins, he's got him in, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 43 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Kill. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Lucky.
Cousins now from the 50. That went into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field.
Quaker Omaha.
Check 31.
He's coming. We got double.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Bradley Chubb. In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Shift. Switch.
Now Cousins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. They'll run with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Hey, Ken. Hey, we're good. Hey, Foxtrot.
53 is the mic.
Hey, John.
Cousins the thrower. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. Cousins to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this 4th quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Pull it together. Jim.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. And he's got Booker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here,
On the draw, it's Booker. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Flacco now 5 of 6. Very accurate since taking over. And he's got his guys a first down. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Jet sweep. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. After the penalty, here's Freeman. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is right down the middle. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Back to throw. And Diggs has it. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go. Let's go.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now Cousins. And this is caught at the 8. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with 7 seconds remaining. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Minnesota, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.